It is nice when they do an update and it comes at the time that it's supposed to come. It's also really nice when 10 minutes after the update's gone live, you look at the forums and realise the only update notes is actually from the Switch. Not really sure why it says just now. I'm assuming something their end just needs to update, because this usually says how long it's been since the post has been made. But no matter how many times I press refresh, it's still just showing the Switch update. But that's fine, because one of the biggest parts of this is the fact that the Banshee and Mirage have left the vault. They are now back in game. And as much as I like Banshee, there's nothing like a good Banshee. She is really good, especially against Infested, ignoring the fact the footage isn't for the Infested. Really good against the Infested. For defense missions, she hasn't been as useful lately because there are frames that are just better, but she is one of the starting frames, and since they give her more armor, she has been so much better than she once was. Of course, with her, and thinking about it now, I probably should have equipped Helios Prime and the Fauna Prime while I was actually playing missions with her. It was nice playing missions with her again. It's just been way too long. Same can kind of be said for Mirage, but let's be honest, every now and then, a good Mirage never goes wrong. Mirage Prime, that is. Throw in the Kogaki Prime and the dual-wielding Boltor. The reason the dual-wielding Boltor is an amazing weapon in the hands of Mirage, well, it's called Hall of Mirrors for a reason, and obviously if you have dual-wielding weapons and there are 4 of you, that is quite a lot of bullets being shot out. Which is why I wish I'd kind of put a little bit more thought behind the footage and actually equip the dual-wielding Boltors for Mirage Prime. Same with the Kogaki Prime, but there's just something about a good Mirage that just... oh, even without augments and other things in there, Mirage is just one of the better Prime frames for dealing damage, for everything. Nice bit of Eclipse, Hall of Mirrors, throw her disco ball and everybody runs away scared. Or drops dead. Whichever comes first. The only frame that is useful for making people run away, of course, would be Necros Prime. Mirage can't actually do that, but it would be funny to see them do that one day. Of course, if you don't want to go farming for the relics for these, there is the whole Prime Vault aspect that brings Mirage's pack with the weapons, well, let's be honest. If this comes with the accessories, you wouldn't be picking up the accessories separately, but the Fauna Prime, and more importantly, Helios Prime. Get to that in a second. Mirage Prime, I do believe I got these backwards, but never mind. There is the Sandana, the armor, and the Kogaki Prime is... I love that weapon. I love just not swinging a weapon round and actually punching the enemies. I've said it for ages. I would love an option to take all melee weapons off and just have bare fists. If you don't have a melee equipped, you still have melee, because you can still punch with it. Because, well, you still have feet and hands, and all it needs is to put the Kogaki Prime unstanced combos as your default melee. There's no reason you can't punch if there is weapons that allow you to do so, but it's the dual-wielding Boltors in the hands of Mirage are insane. Of course, if you are just after the accessories, it's only the accessories that you cannot get in-game. Every other aspect of this, where they drop from, is a simple case of going to the codex, searching for whichever frame weapon you are looking for. This goes for all Prime things, but Prime Vault things all drop from the same place. The Void. Some places in the Void, still the best place to come in is to have a look and see which nodes in the Void they're actually dropping from, but they also drop from bounties on the Cambion Drift, Cetus, and the Orbalis. The relics, though annoying to farm, not the end of the world to get a hold of. There's also some few weird, what they've called additions. One, outside of Tennogen round 2. We'll get to that in a second. Technically it's round 21 part 2. A leaderboard for Steel Path that you get to by simply pausing the game, going to profile leaderboards, and in there you will find Steel Path apparently. Oh yeah, it's a long one. There it is. Was looking for it and just went to defense and just went to Mercury, and obviously you have the normal one that if you haven't done anything won't come up, and Steel Path, well, that's the same thing. You have to go to top and there won't be any because this has just been added. Oh, and look. There it is. The leaderboard. The highest waves. 5. Well, it is Steel Path. It's kind of expected, but still. 5. Clans. Similar kind of thing. 5. 5. Yeah, no, this is the easiest defense mission in the game. Might be on Steel Path. Makes no difference. But people are only going to 5 because they're only doing it to just kind of get the nodes done and out of the way. Whereas, basically, any defense or survival is super easy, or just some of the best ways to level up. Prime example. Thank you. Starting to get a bit worried there. Going 15 or 20 waves of defense, I've said it before, it's one of the great ways to level up. Obviously with the Steel Path, it opens up a whole new area of going there and doing 15 waves is the equivalent of doing a long time in Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, and has more enemies to it. So I'm glad people are actually using that. I was a little bit worried there. But you also have to remember this whole leaderboard is 16 minutes old that this was added. It's definitely one of the weird additions to the game, but still, few optimizations, improving some stuff, fixes to the new wall, again a bunch of other fixes. Tennogen round 21 part 2 that, well, it's kind of about time, and well, I'm saying that, it's been a week, but still, that would be, yet again, 5 frames. And 2 of them are Wisp. Is this just Wisp's Tennogen round, is it? Because it looks like it. Super annoying, but Steam just... I don't know what Steam has against me, but it just will not launch Warframe again. I'm just going to have to stop running Warframe in the normal client and just run it in Steam, which is annoying because it means you've got to have Steam open whenever you want to play Warframe, rather than just clicking an icon on the background, on the desktop, or the start menu. Or start using consoles, because these will eventually make their way there for platinum. Not real money like they are on PC. And I do have a video that's mostly done that has been waiting for the Lunar renewal stuff, quote the dev stream, that will be coming with update 31.1 on the 9th of February. Let me just quickly check the date real there. Oh wow, is it the 9th already? But if you want any of those, there is a few skins, glyphs, as you would expect. It's kind of annoying. There's a theme background and everything else, but yeah. The glyph and the emblem Barrow had last weekend. Would have been probably better to have the 2 at the same time rather than split this into 2 different weeks, but hey. This is Digital Extreme we're talking about here, and due to the new war, everything is... It was about a month behind. Now it looks like it's about 2 weeks behind, so hopefully by the end of February, no longer running behind for everything. With that, I think we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.